Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. Today I'm going to be doing another whip and chat with you, working on my Bird Woman by Craftibly. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, guys, welcome to another whip and chat. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're not new here and you like what I've been doing, please tell everyone you know about me, so that I can get more subscribers. I'm on my way to my next goal, and I would love to meet it so that I can do another giveaway. Whip and Chat stands for work in progress. You can work while I chat. I'm going to work while I chat, or you can just listen. However you want to do it is good for me. I am working today on my Bird Woman canvas from Craftibly. This is my first Craftibly, and I have to say I am absolutely loving it. It is gorgeous. The drills are awesome. The rendering is spectacular. The canvas is great. I can't say enough good things about Craftibly. I am definitely going to be purchasing more from them when they get some new things. I keep checking, and I haven't seen anything that's caught my eye yet, but when it does, I will be buying because I love their stuff. Now, let me see. I think I just have a couple more in this color, and then I'm ready to switch colors. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. I may ramble a lot during this whip and chat, so if I do, please forgive me. I just have had a lot on my mind over the last couple of days, and do you ever have times in your life where you just have so many things going on that like you need a couple of days, a week to kind of process everything and figure out, you know, what do you think? What should your plan be going forward? That's kind of where I feel like I've been the last couple of days, on a variety of issues. I've talked before about the fact that my husband and I have plans to move to Canada at some point. And that time is getting ever closer. And so we are having to kind of figure out our plan for that, you know, what our next steps are, what we're going to do, how we're going to do that, and what our life might look like when we get up there. So that's been some kind of heavy discussions for us. My oldest is probably leaving the nest soon, which is kind of a scary thought for me. This is getting caught in there. Why are you being annoying? Which is good. She needs to stretch her wings, but concerning for me as a parent, just because, you know, oh, that's how it works when you're a parent, doesn't it? You just worry about them. So, just lots of kind of heavy things going on in my personal life. I'm getting ready to go back to work, which is nice, but also kind of scary given the state of the world today. I do some of my work from home, so I've been working on that, and getting things ready to go for going back to work. I think I've mentioned before that I work at a preschool, so I do all of the lesson planning. So I have been trying to kind of get a jump start on that. Feeling pretty accomplished. I have lessons planned all the way through Christmas. And again, you know, everything is tentative when you're a teacher. Stuff happens during the day, and what you have planned may not look anything like what your day ends up being, but at least we have a plan. So I've been working on that. Of course, my youngest is back in college, so getting enrollment taken care of and paying tuition, which only ever seems to go up, and buying books and all of that fun stuff that goes along with that. Trying to, you know, take care of my own hobbies at the same time. diamond painting, while a hobby, is also something I very much do for my sanity sometimes. So, and even diamond painting has been weird lately. Gosh, where are my thoughts on diamond painting right now? I think I feel like things are kind of up in the air in some ways, and it has nothing to do with me. And not like anything's happening to diamond painting as a whole. I mean, it's still going to be around. People are still going to be diamond painting. But some kind of shifts in the way things are going now versus the way they were going when I started. I'm sure you all have heard of Diamond Art Club, and I'm sure you've all heard the news that Diamond Art Club is making some pretty big changes. I'm interested to see how some of these big changes impact everyone. This week is going to be, I guess, the first week that Diamond Art Club, instead of offering new releases on their website, is going to be offering new releases on through Michaels. Now, they already sell at Hobby Lobby. Personally, for me, I very rarely, if ever, shop at Hobby Lobby, so that really made no difference to me. I generally bought everything online anyway. But these are only going to be offered through Michaels, which at first I was like, okay, well, that's cool because I shop at Michaels frequently. Certainly way more often than I shop at Hobby Lobby. So, okay, cool. And I can't say I've really seen anything. I'm filming this before all of their new releases have been released. The only one I saw that I thought I would even consider buying so far was the Dragon. And even then, I don't know. And actually, it's been kind of funny because since I qualified for their VIP access, I don't think I've bought anything during the VIP sale, which is kind of weird. And I've talked before about how I'm trying really hard not to do pre-orders from anyone, not just Diamond Art Club, but from anyone. Like, I want it to be in stock and ready to be sent to my house when I send you my money. That's just how I would prefer it to be. I get why the companies do pre-orders, but that's not my preferred method. So yeah. Anyway, in looking at Instagram and all of their new releases and their information, several people had questions for Diamond Art Club, and I haven't been following it, so I don't know if some of these have been answered or not, but I thought, just things that I generally hadn't even considered. I just kind of went, oh, they're going to sell them at Michael's now. Okay. Well, if you're in the US, these new releases are only going to be available at Michael's this week. I don't know if that means that next week they'll be available on Diamond Art Club's website. I don't know if that means weeks from now they'll be available on Diamond Art Club's website. I don't know if they'll ever be available. I think they said that they would be, but who knows how long that will be, given that we're not privy to whatever their arrangement is with Michael's. So there's that. You know, I spent all this time and money getting to be a VIP, and you know, the whole thing was there were limited amounts of kits. So does that mean because Michael's is kind of going to be open to everyone that they're going to have enough that it doesn't matter that you don't need that VIP status? They're not going to run out? Who knows? And then, you know, because you're buying from Michael's and not from Diamond Art Club, obviously you're not going to get any points. So if you're someone who has been trying to get into, you know, that status so that you can have the extra VIP access, you won't be able to add to that total with any purchases this week, which may be very frustrating for some people. Also, if you're international, is Michaels an international company? I don't think it is, because I just saw a post on Instagram today from Diamond Art Club that if you're in the US, the new releases would be available at Michaels. If you're not in the US, they would be available through presumably the same sort of VIP link that they do every week. So I'm assuming they're not selling, those of us in the US don't get the VIP link because they've got some kind of an exclusive contract with Michaels that these kits will be available exclusively at Michaels, which would preclude Diamond Art Club from selling them on their website for presumably at least a small window of time. Otherwise, that just eats into Michaels' profits, and they're in competition with each other, which I'm sure they both want to avoid. But I think that does leave those of us who are consumers kind of shaking our heads, because where does that leave us? And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I hadn't already achieved the VIP status and then I was told, well, we're going to have new releases this week, but they don't count for anything, that I would be kind of annoyed at that. Or if I was someone who just got this VIP status and then basically got told, well, great that you have it, but now you can't use it. Because of course, purchasing through Michaels, you can't use your points. You don't accrue any points, because all of that goes through Diamond Art Club. So I'll be interested to see kind of what the reception is from consumers and buyers. I don't know. I like Diamond Art Club. I think they make a good product. I don't know that I think they make the best product on the market. Certainly one of the best, but I don't know if I would label it the best. And I'm sorry if you can hear that. Apparently my computer is possessed and it keeps going on and off, even though I'm not sitting anywhere near it. Anyway, yeah, I'm interested to see what the consumer reaction will be, especially given that they seem to have been making some pretty substantial changes. You know, now charging sales tax on their online sales, as well as doing away with free international shipping. I know people personally that have foregone purchases because the shipping is now made Diamond Art Club kits too expensive. So, and I don't know how people get around. You know, I don't live in Europe, so I don't have to deal with VAT and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not quite sure how it works. Although if it's anything like the sales tax system in the US, I don't want to know, because all that does is give people a headache. So yeah, I'll just say I'm really interested to kind of see what the reception is this week. I know I've seen positive comments from people about the kits. But again, I don't know. I assume there's Michaels in Canada now that I think about it. And it is the Michaels online store, but I don't know, does Michaels ship international? I kind of feel like that answer to that is probably no, because if they did, then why would Diamond Art Club offer them to international folks? So I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like a lot of changes from Diamond Art Club all at once, suddenly. And maybe that's not true. Maybe that's just me, because I'm kind of new to all of this. But given where I bought my first Diamond Art Club kit last November, so not even a year ago, and it just seems like there's been a lot of changes, which, you know, businesses make changes all the time. That's nothing new. But I'm curious, given the number of changes and how significant some of them seem to be, what exactly is going to go on. So it'll be interesting. I will say, personally, I probably will not be buying as many kits from Diamond Art Club in the future as I have previously. And that is nothing against Diamond Art Club necessarily. Their kits can be pricey. And I realize that some of that is due to the fact that they license their artwork, which I appreciate. But I think sometimes I personally have been frustrated with their products for as much as I paid. For instance, my Lenore that I just finished, and I'll put a link in the corner for you guys. There was a lot of black and dark blue in that kit. And I had what I feel was an inordinate amount of trash. I know that dark colors are going to be more trashy than others, but I feel like, you know, that's a known issue. So that ought to be taken into consideration, and you should be receiving extra drills over and above the extra drills they normally give you, because they know that's going to be a trashy color, or they should. And I ran out of 2 separate colors. Someone did point out they have a lifetime warranty, and I could have contacted them and asked them to send me additional / replacement drills. And I could have. However, the amount of drills that I was short for that kit, I had enough in my spares to just finish it with what I had in my spares, and that was much faster for me than contacting them and waiting a week for them to send me, you know, drills when I only needed like 20 of them. So for me, yes, I could have done that and they would have sent them to me. I have done that with another kit. When I did my Hannah Lynn Good Witch kit, I had the same issue with blacks, and that kit had 11 big bags of black. So there was a lot of black in that kit. And I did contact them for extra drills, and they did send them to me. However, I will say, when I got the replacements, the original kit had 11 of the big Diamond Art Club bags of drills, 11 of those. When I asked for replacement drills, what I got was 11 of those strip drills that are 200 in a bag. I got 11 of those bags. So that was not going to replace the 11 bags of big drills. Now, I had enough with that to finish the kit. But I will say the replacement drills they sent me were not that great either. And I feel like with both of those kits, I spent more time kind of picking through black and dark colored drills and throwing away trashy drills than I did diamond painting some days, which is extremely frustrating, especially if you only have a limited time to diamond paint. Like, if I want to sit down and diamond paint, I want to diamond paint. I don't want to spend my time picking through drills. So that has been a frustration for me. I have ordered things from them that have been pre-orders. So they get my money immediately, but then I have to wait 5, 6, 7 weeks for the kits. And, you know, I know that up front. It's not that it's a secret. But it is frustrating to me. And having done it several times now, I have just decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that with any company. If the kit is on pre-order, I'm not buying it. I don't care what it is. If it's a new release or something, it will either come back around and I'll get it then, or it won't, and I will just miss out on it. And that's my choice. I really, really dislike this whole kind of feeding frenzy thing that goes along with, you know, people thinking, well, I've got to get it or I'm never going to get it. I don't like that line of thinking in the first place. I think we spend too much time sometimes focusing on things and thinking that those things are going to somehow change us, make us better, bring us happiness. And that's not how any of this works. So, I mean, you know, if you like it, and some people do like the thrill of getting in there and being the one to get it and all of that, then you do you. If that's something that makes you happy, then you go for it. I am taking myself out of the fray, which is one less person for you to have to fight through to get to it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it anymore. When I very first got VIP status to be able to get VIP access with Diamond Art Club, the first couple of weeks I was left extremely frustrated for kits that I wanted to purchase that literally by the time I could click it into my cart and click over to pay, it was gone. And I just thought, you know, I have enough things going on in my life that cause me frustration. I don't need to make diamond painting yet another one of those things. So I'm just not going to do that. And maybe that's me, you know, just taking things a little bit to heart more than someone else might. But I know that about myself, and I don't want to put myself in that situation, so I'm not gonna, is basically what it boils down to. There are a million, probably literally at this point, different diamond painting companies, and I certainly don't have to be stuck buying from just one of them. In fact, my goal is to try out as many of them as possible. I have a whole list of ones that I would like to try out that I haven't yet. I have companies like Craftibly that I would love to buy from again. I have some that I have just purchased recently that I am going to try out and see if I like. I have that new crystal, full drill crystal canvas that I'm going to be getting to at some point to see how I like that one, if I'm interested in doing any more of those. I have a Distracted by Diamonds that I'm going to be getting to so I can see what those are like. I have, gosh, some of the more budget-friendly companies that I want to try. I have, I just have a list. I have a list of companies that I want to try out. And so that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully as I try out these companies and see what they're like, I will bring you guys along with me and you can see what they're like. I don't know how Craftibly is doing right now. I know they had shipping issues over the summer and they were trying to get caught up. I don't know if they're caught up now. I don't know where they're at. I would love to see some new releases from them on a regular basis. Oh, that I also have some Dreamer designs that I've purchased that I've never done. I want to open those and see how their quality is compared. I will say we all know there's a difference between companies like Diamond Art Club and Craftibly and Treasure Studios Art and others that license their artwork. You pay a premium for them because they do license their artwork, and I get that. But I also know there are people who use budget companies, and that's what they do because that's what they like and that's what they can afford. Again, you know, you do you. Whatever makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody, go for it. Um, I think that sometimes people talk from a place of privilege and forget that not everybody has the same privileges they do. And I include myself in that. I'm very well aware that my life is privileged in many ways that other people's aren't. But I do try to be aware of that. I'm not always, don't always succeed at that, but I try. But there are lots of companies out there, and I just missed that color again. I knew I saw some more and I missed it, and I missed it again. Anyway, there are lots of companies out there to try, and I would like to try them. So I don't feel like I need to stick with just Diamond Art Club. And I don't feel the need to make other people feel bad if they can't afford or don't like Diamond Art Club. I was just telling my husband the other day, we reorganized my craft room / office / film studio, probably a couple months ago. And we added a bookcase where I could store a bunch of my stash to get it up off the floor. And I have now purchased enough additional kits that I'm overflowing onto the floor again, and it's already driving me crazy after just a couple of days. So I'm going to have to do something. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I'm going to have to do something because I'm just one of those people, I can't stand clutter. I like a very sleek, minimalist look, and so the amount of stuff on my floors is getting to me. So it's just been a very weird couple of weeks. I'm struggling because I injured my knee. No one can figure out what's wrong with it. All I know is it hurts. It's not broken, but I can't really walk well on it, and so I have been kind of stuck, not being very mobile the last 2 or 3 weeks, which is starting to wear on me. That and the chronic pain, the fact that it always just seems to hurt, just wears you down after a while. I think I finally turned a corner, knock on wood, but we'll see. Now I'm afraid of getting back to things too quickly because I don't want to put myself back in this situation because it sucks. And yeah, so I just love how this is coming out. This is a round drill quick, goodness gracious, I can't talk today. This is a round drill kit, obviously, which is another thing I don't get. I don't know why some people think that, I mean, if you want to think squares are better, cool, but I don't know why some people have to make others who like rounds feel bad or like they're somehow less because they like rounds. I like both. Lenore with squares, it was fine. I'm having much more fun with this one, but for reasons above and beyond the fact that it's rounds. It's going much more quickly, which is because it's rounds, but I'm also enjoying it a lot more because the drills are better and I'm not spending a bunch of time picking out crappy ones and throwing them away. So what time I'm spending on it is time that I'm spent diamond painting. So diamond painting is a weird hobby. I've always been a crafter. I've done all different kinds of crafts, but I'm always amazed by, is crafting just a female thing? I mean, I know they're male crafters, don't get me wrong, but the way people seem to think, well, that's a girl craft, or that's a womanly craft, or whatever. Never understood that in the first place, but like, you know, all the jokes about women cooking and everything, but chefs are men. Like, okay. So this is a weird tangent, but anyway, I was thinking about men in diamond painting because there are some. I know I've seen a couple who have YouTube channels, but I'm curious how many crafters, male crafters there are, and not just in diamond painting, but in things that would be traditionally considered, you know, women's craft, I guess, like needlepoint and embroidery and crochet and knitting. And again, not that there's anything wrong with men doing those things. More power to you. I think I've mentioned more than once that I can't knit. I don't know what it is about knitting, but my brain does not understand it. I can crochet. Have crocheted many different things, but knitting does not, my brain does not compute knitting. So, and then I wondered, you know, is it difficult to be, like, we all know it's difficult to be a woman in trying to break into things that are considered typical men's positions. I wonder if there's any of the reverse of that, if you're a man doing something that might be considered typically a woman's craft. And I don't mean that to be, that probably sounds so, God, I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is fried. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I'm sure y'all can fill me in. I'm not trying to be non-inclusive. I'm simply curious. Like, I'm all for men being in crafting. I'm all for anybody doing whatever they want to do. But I'm curious what the reception is, I guess. Like, are we as women more open and accepting of people who are not women joining a craft? I would like to think so, but I don't know if that's true. Is it just is that a people thing? Some people are more accepting and some aren't, regardless of gender. That's probably more accurate. I'm getting too old for some of these conversations, I think. Just because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, and I'm old, so I don't know where the lines are sometimes. I can't keep up with all the lingo either. I said my last WIP and chat, I think I said, well, I don't even know if it was a WIP and chat. It might have been something else, but some video I said the 411, and then somebody else made a comment, and then I realized, oh, that's not what the kids say these days. It's spill the tea, right? Or is that out now? Am I still behind the curve? I don't know. Like I said, I can't keep up. I think I kept up better when I was teaching because I was around the kids, so you know, you kind of heard it. But these days, plus there are days when I'm like, could you find another expression, please? Like when Baby Bump first hit the scene. God, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. When Baby Bump first became a thing that people said, ugh, I still want it to go away. Does that make me old? Is that how you know you're old? I don't feel old. I think in my head I stopped aging about 30. I mean, clearly my body has kept aging. My knee will attest to that. But yeah, in my head I think I stopped aging around 30. Really loving how this has turned out. In case I haven't said that already, just all of these kind of swirls and everything. I think that's one of the reasons I liked this canvas, because the way her hair looks, the kind of swirls and embellishments of the pieces of her hair and all the feathers and everything was very reminiscent of kind of the Art Nouveau style, which I very much like. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, at diamondpaintinganonymous. I post pictures of a lot of the things that I'm working on, so you might see some things there before you see them on the channel. Just because I can post a quick snapshot on Instagram, that's not quite so easy to do on YouTube. And I've posted some pictures of some things that are kind of off screen over here, pieces of things that I've already completed in this canvas, like the butterfly that's in her hair and some of the swirls and things. This canvas has just been a real joy to work on. I can't say that enough. You know, yeah, I'm just really loving it. The drills are really nice quality. The canvas itself is really nice quality. The back of it is super soft. I think I mentioned in my kit up video that putting down the washi tape on this one was the easiest time I've had doing washi tape since I started diamond painting. So just a lot of things about this canvas that I have enjoyed. So that's been nice. I'm hoping my camera lasts through this whole WIP and chat, because I hadn't charged it and I didn't have time to let it charge fully before I needed to film this. So we'll see if it poops out on me before I get completely done. I hope not. I had a lot of you asking, my last video, one of my last videos was the kit up of the crystal seahorse, and a lot of you were asking where I got the storage cases with the little individual pots. I got mine on Amazon. You probably can find them elsewhere, but that's where I got mine, was on Amazon. And if you look for 84 grid storage containers, they should come up. There's a package of 3. So you get 3 packages of 28 containers, and they are like bottles, but instead of bottles, they're square, and you squeeze the, you pinch the sides and the top pops open. And I'm really loving them. I saw them on somebody else's channel and went for a search and found those on Amazon and bought those, and I'm really loving them. I don't know if they're my absolute favorite yet. I think my Elizabeth Ward still takes first place, but those are definitely a close second because they have the wide mouths, so it's wider than a bottle to pour your drills in, but they seal nicely and they're individual. So rather than being those the 28 containers where everything is, you know, they're in rows of 4, so things are attached, they're individual, so they're more like bottles in that respect, which is one of the reasons I like them. But bottles, because the mouths are so thin, it can be hard to get your drills in, especially if you don't have a funnel, or at least a tray that has some sort of funnel. But those, yeah, so my Elizabeth Ward is still my favorite, but those are a close second, and then the bottles are third. I'm debating on having another marathon session on my Josephine Wall Diana, just to try and get her finished. And I may do that, not this weekend, but next weekend, which would be my last weekend before I have to go back to work. Just because I kind of feel like maybe I want to have that done and off my plate before I go back to work, so she's not hanging around literally in my face like she is right now. She's literally, well, right now she's hanging behind me, but I have her up on hangers on a door so that she doesn't get covered in dust and dirt down in my basement, which is where I was storing her before. And every time I come in here, I look at her and think, oh, she's so pretty. I need to finish that one. But it is so confetti heavy. Even though it's rounds, it just takes so long. And I have 18 sections of her left to go, which is not a lot. And so I feel like if I just gave myself kind of that final push and said, okay, I'm just going to finish it, then I would be done with her and she'd be done. And then I could show you guys how awesome she turned out, and I could get her framed and hung up, and then she would be on my wall instead of hanging on this closet door. But I don't know if I'll finish her, and I don't know if I want to. I mean, I essentially will have to take over my dining room table again to get her out. And if I don't get her finished in a reasonable amount of time, then I have to put everything away again. And yeah, I probably need to, though. Like I said, just so I can get that kind of one big project done and off of my plate, so that I will feel better about it, because I am, though I have multiple projects on the go right now, I don't necessarily enjoy it. It is kind of a necessary evil for me because of the YouTube channel, that I need to have more than one project on the go, because I need content. And just by the very nature of diamond painting, obviously, you know, things rarely get finished in just a couple of hours. So that makes it difficult. I mean, I've got, I want to say 180 hours of work in Diana already, and she's not finished. So, and you know, clearly other people diamond paint faster than I do. I think I mentioned before that the group of diamond painters that I speak with on a regular basis, one of them is doing Spirit of Flight. One of them is doing Virgo. We were all kind of working on them at the same time. And I think I started mine first. Then Spirit of Flight was started, and then Virgo was started. And Virgo is already done. So, and I think she's also finished 2 or 3 other canvases in the time that I've worked on things. And again, you know, not that it's a competition. I mean, we joked about it being a competition, but she is some kind of speed diamond painter. I don't know how she finishes canvases so fast. I clearly am not, which is okay. I do this for relaxation and enjoyment. I'm not doing this to speed through it as quickly as I can. So it's okay. Good gravy, my computer is driving me nuts today. It's like the 4th time it's shut off and turned on. What is it doing? Probably stupid updates. Anyway, it's not a competition, but definitely some projects I wish that I had done so I could move on to some other things. Which is not how I want to think about it, because, like, especially with Diana, like, I want to finish that canvas. I love that painting, and I intend to frame it and hang it up in my home. So I want to take my time because I want it to look good. And I'm not trying to say that people who are faster than me don't have diamond paintings that don't look good. That's not what I mean at all. I just clearly am not as speedy at it as other people. So, oh, I need to remind myself of my own advice. Competition is the comparison, not competition, but same thing, I guess. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? I'm doing this because I enjoy it. Doesn't matter if somebody else got it done faster. They're not on my journey, so it's all good. My husband is still working out of town, so that sucks. We thought he was going to be able to come back home and be working closer to home, so he'd be home every night, but that didn't happen. So he's going to be working away from home a little bit longer than we thought, which is sucky. But try to look at the bright side. He's still working. Has worked through this whole last year and a half, which not everyone was lucky enough to do. So we try not to complain too much. But yeah, I think that's why I've gotten more diamond painting done than usual in the last 3 or 4 weeks, because he is gone. And so I spend my evenings, I mean, we talk to each other on the phone, but while we're talking, I'm diamond painting. So but not having him home is not my favorite thing. Because then we get into routines without him, and then it's hard when he's back, because we're all used to things going a certain way, and everybody gets frustrated when they don't, including him. So he keeps telling me he's just going to win the lottery so we can just do whatever we want. I mean, if that works, then more power to him, but I don't think you're just saying that you're going to win the lottery is how it works. But what do I know? I've never won, right? Is that how it works? You just say, I'm going to win the lottery, and you win the lottery? You probably have to buy a ticket, which I never do, so that probably doesn't help my chances any, huh? There is a lot of these 2 dark greens, the one that I just did and this one, because these are the background colors. I have done the entire left side of this canvas. I'm working from here this way. This is the top. I've got her sideways so she would fit on my desk. But even with all of the background colors and the dark colors, it's still been so enjoyable. I may have to hit up their website later today and see if they've got anything new or anything that sparks my eye that I might want to get. I think I filled up that corner. You can see I don't place my release papers perfectly straight, so sometimes I just kind of, but I do that on purpose, because I feel like if I place them perfectly straight, then when I go to, as I move through the canvas, I feel like I get these invisible lines where the release papers were that I don't like. So I do it a little haphazardly so that you can't tell. At least I hope you can't anyway. Not that my lines are perfectly straight, but I try. Because that's all we can do, right? We try. Nobody's perfect. Excuse me 1 minute. I will be right back. My nose is running. Well, what do you know? My camera may actually make it through the filming of this whole whip and chat. I never know with this camera. Sometimes I seem to get quite a bit of time out of it, and then others, it seems like I film for 10 minutes and it dies from the same amount of battery. So who knows? Could be, who knows? That song from West Side Story just jumped in my head. Is that dating myself? You guys know West Side Story? The one with Natalie Wood, Russ Tamblyn, George Chakiris, Rita Moreno. I've been listening to soundtracks lately, and that's one of the ones that I listen to all the time. I love West Side Story. I have a whole list of soundtracks that I listen to. I was listening to, what was I listening to? I was listening to Hairspray, the remake. with Zac Efron and John Travolta and Queen Latifah. And I was listening to Children of Eden, which is a musical that I saw at our local music theater years ago and loved the music and bought it. I think the version I have is like a Broadway, has like Adrian Zmed and I want to say Stephanie, somebody whose name escapes me at the moment. It'll come to me later. When I don't need to remember it, that's when I'll remember it. I was listening to Cabaret. I was listening to Burlesque with Cher and Christina Aguilera. I was listening to Chess by Tim Rice. The original, the version that they released before it was actually made into a musical to try and earn money to turn it into a musical. Murray Head's One Night in Bangkok and some of those. Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds. And who was the other guy that danced in that? Was it Donald O'Connor? I think. Moses supposes his toes are roses. Oh, I probably shouldn't sing the songs, huh? I don't want to get in trouble. What else was I listening to? Soundtracks. Oh, the Chicago soundtrack. Did I say that already? With Catherine Zeta-Jones and Richard Gere and Queen Latifah and, oh, what's her name? Renee Zellweger. And yeah, just lots of musicals. I love musicals. We used to go to music theater every summer. We have a local music theater that would put on 5 shows every summer. And we would go every Saturday night for those 5 weeks and watch shows. I loved it. Haven't been in years, but I loved it. Saw so many shows that I just absolutely fell in love with. So gosh, I've just talked about pretty much everything, haven't I? Went from Diamond Art Club to Men in Crafting to soundtracks. My brain is a scary place some days, folks. Speaking of trains, I got that Train of Dreams from Diamond Art Club. Ooh, look at me bringing it back full circle. I got that one. I think I own, let's see, how many dragons do I own? Randall Spangler dragons. I own the Train of Dreams, Universe in a Jar, Afternoon Tea, Couch Dragon, Literate Dragon, the Firefly ones that I can't ever remember the name of, Bubble Fairies, and Dust Bunnies. Did I say that one already? So what is that, 8? Oh, and I just bought the coronavirus one because that's freaking hilarious. So I had to have it. And couldn't believe that one didn't sell out actually, because I wasn't going to get it. And so I just said, "Ma'am, I'll let everyone, after the feeding frenzy has died down, I'll go back, and if it's still available, then I'll think about getting it." And I shouldn't have, because I don't really need any more diamond paintings, but I actually forgot all about the sale that Saturday. We were out running around doing other things and came back home, and I was like, oh yeah, let me go look and see if, I think it was Sunday, and all of the new releases from that week were still available, so including that one. So I got that one, and I got the Notre Dame one, which was a new release from a couple weeks previous. But they were both in stock and not going to be pre-orders that I had to wait to ship. So I got both of those. So I think once those two arrive, all my Diamond Art Club orders are finally caught up. And I don't have anything coming from them. I still have some orders coming, but not from Diamond Art Club. So, and I have enough of their kits to last me for quite some time, like I said. So I think from now on, rather than buying from them, unless it's something I really, really, really like, that I will probably concentrate on buying from other places for a while. Just so I can see, I have a couple of kind of budget-friendly places that I want to try. Everyone keeps telling me that Evermoment and Home Fun are really, really good. Along with a couple other ones like them. Someone told me I could buy drills from, I want to say Evermoment, for like my Heaven and Earth designs. So I need to look into that because I want to get started on my Heaven and Earth designs too. That's another reason to finish Diana, because those Heaven and Earth designs are going to be big suckers too. So, also, my original intention was with the Heaven and Earth was to do squares, but now I'm debating on whether or not some of them I might do rounds. Just to kind of see which I like better, if I like one better, if it makes no difference. I'm going to guess for me personally, it probably makes no difference, but it might to some people. So just have this little section here left, but I am almost out of time for my WIP and chat here. So I'm just going to finish up this little piece here. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you made some progress on your WIP and chat if you were working on something. I hope you enjoyed watching me make progress on my current work. I hope you enjoyed listening to me chat about this, that, and everything. If I offended anyone inadvertently, I apologize. Any mistakes are mine and all mine. I'm very familiar with the foot and mouth disease that I often get. That is never my intention though. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say this week, guys. Maybe I'll have more to say after I see how Diamond Art Club selling things at Michael's goes. Maybe I'll buy something from Michael's. I doubt it, seriously. I doubt it will. Haven't seen anything I wanted to purchase anyway, but it's only Thursday as of me filming this, so maybe something amazing will come out tomorrow and I'll change my mind. We'll see. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you would, it helps me out immensely. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Having more subscribers helps me, and that lets me bring you better and more, hopefully, amazing content. And hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads like these. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.